ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਸਲੋਕ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਨੌਵਾਂ। ਗੁਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗਾਇਓ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਨਮ ਅਕਾਰਥ ਕੀਨ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਭਜ ਮਨਾ, ਜਿਹ ਬਿਦ ਜਲ ਕੋ ਮੀਨ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So if we just take a literal translation first of these lines. So Paatshah Ji first of all is saying Gun Gobind Gayo Nahi, those that have not sung the praises of Gobind, of God. Gobind is another name for God, and that can be split up as well to Go meaning the Tarti, the earth, and Bind also can be translated to a seed, that primal seed that everything has come from, this earth has come from, being Waheguru Ji themselves. And Vind can also be translated to the one that is all-knowing. So the one that has created this earth is all-knowing, because that one is immersed in this creation. So Gun Gobind Gayo Nahi, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji saying, those that have not sang the praises of God, then they say Gun Gobind Gayo Nahi Janam. Janam means life. Akarath, keen. Keen means they have made their life. What? Akarath. The word Akarath comes from the word Arth. Arth means meaning, and it's saying Akarath, negating the word, and it's saying that your life is meaningless, meaning that you have wasted your life. So the literal translation here, Paatshah Ji saying that those that have not sung the praises of Akal Purkh Waheguru Ji have wasted their life. And then they say, Kaho Nanak har bhaj mana. And this might sound like Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji is almost like lecturing us and saying to us that you must do this, but we'll look at that a little bit deeper. Why Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji saying to us, Kaho Nanak, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji saying that har bhaj mana. They're saying, oh my mind, mana, har bhaj. Bhaj means meditate. Har is another name for God, and it's saying har bhaj mana, oh my mind, meditate upon God. And this is how. Then Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji give us a jugti, give us a way how to do that. Jehe, just like bid, jehe bid jal ko meen. Jal means water, and then meen means fish. Meen comes up many times in Gurbani. So when we learn this one word meen now, we know it means fish. Jehe bid jal ko meen. Just like the fish has that love for the water, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah says, in that very way, then love Waheguru Ji. So that is the literal translation of the first two Pangtiyan. And what we've just done is we've actually translated we've done some Pad Arth as well. We've taken some of the words from these Pangtiyan and broken them down for us to have a deeper understanding when we read other parts of Gurbani. Why did Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji use the example of a fish? Why is Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji here specifically talking about singing the praises of God? This is what we want to try and understand a little deeper now. So what Paatshah Ji is saying here, we may have accumulated a lot of things within this world, a lot of worldly possessions. We might be successful on that worldly level, but Paatshah Ji is saying, but if you haven't sang the praises, your life is a waste. It doesn't matter how far and how much we have achieved. It's actually irrelevant, because what does it mean here that we don't sing God's praises? It means that we don't live in appreciation. And often we take the mantra that is given to us by a guru, Vaheguru, when we say Vaheguru, but we still might not be living in appreciation, meaning that we haven't actually sung the praises. And saying Vah means that we appreciate everything that God has given. And Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, remember, we're saying that it's not here an instruction in the sense of like a lecture telling us off, but it's actually for our own benefit, for our own good. It's us that is going to benefit. Awakening that sometimes we get so stuck in what we haven't got, we forget to remind ourselves of we have no power over these things. It's that one that is in control of everything. It's awakening and living in appreciation. When we live like that, It's been proven. When we thank constantly, we'll start to feel at peace. So that's what it means. Gun Gobind, Gayo nahi janam akarat keen. Our life will be a waste. We'll live in absolute misery if we don't praise and appreciate what that one is doing and how that one is powering everything. Sangat ji, then now Guru Tegh Bahadur ji Paatshah ji, they give us that amazing way. And the word here, Pajmana, meditate. And even though there may not be the perfect words in English for us to describe these particular words, but we've got many different terminologies Guru Sahib ji use, and Guru Sahib ji don't always use them accurately in that sense. They can be used loosely as well. They might use jap, they might use simran, they might use here, like they're saying paj here. So Guru Sahib ji used the word save as well, and we often think save just means service, but save can also mean to meditate or to remember as well. Paj, the difference between here jap and paj. Jap is that first initial step that someone takes to make that effort. And we all know when we first make that initial step and effort to read Gurbani, it might not seem as sweet. Japping, reciting Naam, we sit there and we say Vaheguru, Vaheguru, but we don't have no connection, no taste. But that's the first initial step of jap. But then we paj. Paj means when we start to feel that little bit of ras now. Things are changing. Ras means we're feeling that juice now, feeling that connection now. Now we're thinking, I can feel something. Something's happening. Something's starting to feel sweet. I want more of this. That oh Nanak har pajana jehe bid jal ko mean. Now Paatshah uses the example of a fish. Let's have a little look at the fish. For a fish, the life of a fish is that water. Why? Because the fish takes its oxygen from that water. That water passes and it's taken in through the fish's mouth, and then it's pushed through the gills of that fish. So how does the fish take oxygen from the water? Because the water is its life. Just like air, we take oxygen from the air, and that is our source of life. Without that, we have no life. And without that water, it couldn't take that oxygen. Without that oxygen, it could not survive. Guru Sahib Ji is reminding us, in that same way, we are in Vaheguru Ji. And in that same way, like that fish is taking that water inside, and that water is inside of the fish as well, that just like the water being inside of the fish, Vaheguru Ji is inside of us as well. Paatshah Ji is saying the purpose of this life is to realize that Vaheguru Ji and make that connection. If we make that connection, Sangat Ji, that's the only time we're going to actually get to experience and feel that true peace. But how do we get to that Naam? How do we dig? What is that shovel we need? We need to first start off with using this tongue to recite God's name. Taking that time out, early hours of the morning, and sitting and calling out and having that berag and having that want to connect. And eventually it will take us to that inside treasure, and it'll become this meditation for us and the connection for us. Just like that fish will die without that ocean, without that water. And truly we are dying without realizing Vaheguru, that ocean of Vaheguru that is there, that is the source of everything. Without that, nothing would be working. And without having the realization of that one, we are actually already living dead. And Sache Paatshah Ji, do kirpa on us that we're able to awaken from inside, and like that ocean is the absolute breath of life for that fish, that we realize that Vaheguru Ji is the breath of life for us, and that's where true happiness lies. So Paatshah Ji, kirpa karan, itniyak bentiya pravan, please forgive me for my mistakes, and hopefully we can start connecting to this Bani on a deeper level. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.